When you look at that, I'm wearing brown. I have this cap, a Bruins cap. Get it? Bruin, bear, cocaine bear, roar. Yep, I am wearing this hat not because my hair is messy and I really got to get a haircut soon, otherwise I'll find myself looking like Captain Kangaroo. Based on my Anthonix Maximus reviews Inspector Gadget video, some of you were worried that I wasn't looking too well. Some of you just kept asking, are you okay? Well, rest assured, my face looks like this naturally. I'm blabbering because what do you want me to say about Cocaine Bear? It's a movie, it's a bear, it found cocaine, it gets wild! I mean, look, I'm not exactly reviewing Maltese Falcon or Mildred Pierce here. This is Cocaine Bear. The movie knows what it is. And yeah, I know, there's some controversy because it's based on true events in the 80s about a drug runner losing cocaine out of his airplane and the bear found it and the bear died from it. But listen, it's just a movie. It's harmless fun. It's one of those movies where you're not supposed to really take it serious. You're just supposed to go in and you just sit back and allow whatever unfolds in front of your eyes. It was produced by Elizabeth Banks, so this is pretty much up her alley. And no, she's not in the movie. The characters in this film are not meant to be taken seriously either. They're just there for fun. It's fodder. You'll get a lot of characters coming in, and you can tell which characters are there just to die. It's like your typical horror movie where you know there's going to be that one character that you're rooting for to die. But in this movie, there are plenty of those characters, and you get attached to them just enough, but not too much where if anything happens, you feel too bad. And it is an ensemble movie, so you have the police, you have the drug runners, and you also have a mother looking for her daughter and her daughter's friend. The bear's not scary, you just want to see what happens next. Oh, and also the park rangers. I forgot about the park ranger. There's not much to say about this movie. You just go in, you see who lives, who dies, and that's pretty much it. I know I'm giving you the bare minimum of a description, but that's the movie. It's just a movie you go in and you turn off your brain. This is normally the part where I actually skip to the spoilers. I have to kick out the people who haven't seen the movie and still want to see the movie. I'm gonna do that, but you can really stick around too if you don't care, because what you think happens is pretty much what happens. In the spoiler, I'm just gonna be talking about the characters. So if you think that's a spoiler, this is your time to go ahead and get out of here. The rest of you can stay, but for those who want to avoid the spoiler, skip to about here. Yeah, so the movie actually does have quite the ensemble cast. Carrie Russell is a nurse, a single mother, and she has a daughter. The daughter just wants to paint some rocks right by a waterfall. So the daughter and her friend skip school and they try to go and paint some rocks. Little that they know, there's a bear that comes across some cocaine that fell out of an airplane because a cocaine mule, he tried to get out of the plane, but he ended up dying, and there's all this cocaine everywhere. Margot Martindale plays the park ranger. She's one of those park rangers that never quite became a big time ranger for a big park, so she's trying to prove herself, and especially trying to prove herself to Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who's another employee of the park or whatever. She has a crush on him, but they don't really solve that because they both die. They get killed and mauled by the bear, a female bear, and the female bear actually has cubs, and because the bear has cubs, you're also kind of forced to root for the bear. And you also have a detective who's trying to stop this drug cartel because they're after the cocaine in the park. Even though he does die, I do like his character because he actually does have some kind of a arc. Like, for example, he's given a cute little dog, a bit of a frou-frou dog, and doesn't know what to do with her, but ends up enjoying the dog. But when he dies, the dog is ended up given to some other characters I'll get to in a second. The two drug mules, drug dealers, I don't know what's the proper term. They're probably my favorite characters because they have this friend chemistry. It's almost like a buddy comedy with these two. And one of them is played by Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Bear, the guy deserves more starring roles because he makes drug dealing like a fun, wholesome adventure. And the other drug dealer is played by I'm gonna butcher this, Aaron Reich. He's the guy that played young Han Solo in the movie Solo. I didn't care for him in Solo, but he was actually serviceable here. In fact, it took me a bit before I realized that's Han Solo. He's one of those actors that looks different every time he's in a new movie. You even get a whole scene with the paramedics as they're being chased by this ferocious bear. One of them is played by a TikToker by the name of Scott Seiss. He's the TikToker where his punchline is him having a grim music as he presses his face to the camera. Everyone in this movie was fun. Then they looked like they were having fun too. No one was really taking this seriously. No one's gonna win an Oscar from this. Well, I don't know, maybe they will. I mean, Suicide Squad won an Oscar, so this could too. And the main drug cartel, the main bad guy of this, Ray Liotta. This was Ray Liotta's last film. Well, I mean, it says in memory of Ray Liotta at the end, so I'm assuming this is his last film. I'm not saying it's a bad film to end on. I mean, again, it was fun. He was a great villain. He's the dad of Han Solo in this movie. So everyone in this cheesy movie has a nice little arc. Nice connection to one another. And of course, he's the big bad that dies at the end because the bear and the cubs take him on. I mean, yeah, so pretty much the people that walk away alive would be Kerry Russell and her daughter's best friend because, you know, mother and kids, they gotta survive this movie. And the two drug cartel friends, they live, although I will say O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character, he lives but doesn't go unscathed. He loses some parts. Happy to note that the bears do survive. You know what? Let's bring in our non-spoiler friends right about now. Welcome back. Just gonna wrap this up now. This was a fun movie. I didn't really have any expectations going in, and I enjoyed it. I didn't have any high hopes for it. I didn't put this up on a pedestal. So I would say this film is as fun as the blatant brain dead animal attacks kind of films, you know, like Sharknado or even Snakes on a Plane. I could see this movie getting a sequel. Maybe either Cocaine Bear 2 or some other animal comes across some cocaine. So let's call it. The film is a 6 out of 10. I mean that in a good 6 out of 10. Closer to a 7 than a 5. 6 out of 10. Well, thank you for watching Anthonix Maximus Matinee. Thank you for putting up with me doing this during the daytime. You might have heard some background noise. So keep an eye out for Anthonix Maximus reviews and Anthonix Maximus Matinee. And something bear related. This movie is too hot. This movie is too cold. This movie's just right.